Okay, what we're going to be doing today is importing footage into Premiere Pro for editing. However, in order to do that, we're not going to be using Premiere Pro. We're going to be using another piece of Adobe software called Adobe Prelude, which is a data wrangling software. It's how you get the footage from the camera into your computer and then to Premiere Pro. So we start by opening up Prelude. It'll ask us to start a new project. And what we're going to do is where we're going to save that project is into the data drive. When we get to the data drive, we're going to create a new folder, and that folder is going to be the name of the project. Okay, in this case it's demo, and we're going to call our Prelude project the same thing. And what that will do is that will bring this Prelude project into that folder. We're then going to hit the ingest button at the top, which brings up a new pane. Now that pane on the left hand side has got all of the drives and cameras that are attached to this computer. So on this one we're taking it from the VPA drive, and I'm just looking for the folder that contains the footage that I want to import, that I want to edit. Now as you can see, it's brought up all of the clips in a list. Yeah, so these are all the clips in those folder. Now we could check all, and that will check each of those individual little check boxes, and any box that's checked is a file that we want to bring in. However, if we want to look at the clips before actually deciding which ones to bring in, we can change it to thumbnail view. And what will happen then is, a little bit slowly on this computer, but basically the previews of each of the video clips will come up. And then we can kind of look through them and decide which clips we're going to use in this edit and which ones we're not going to use. Yeah. And again, we check the little tick boxes, and any ones that we tick are going to be ones we're going to edit. And as you can see, we can increase the size of the thumbnails. Yeah, and scroll up and down, and any that we hover over, we can actually check the footage. Okay. See, so if we're going to use that clip. On the right hand side is the transfer options. Now we're going to put these in, there's a little thing that says add subfolder. We're going to do that and verify. And on verify, we're going to pull down this little menu and we're going to go file content. And what this does is that this actually checks the content of the file as it comes across. And as you can see, we had a little problem. And the reason we had a problem is that folder doesn't exist. So we're going to go to Browse. And again, this is going to tell us, it's asking us where we want to put our folder, and we want to put it in the same folder as we created our project folder. Once we've done that, hit Ingest. And if you look at the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that that stuff's now being brought in, and let's see, a little list of files is coming into the Prelude file. And when we click on one of them, we can actually open that file up and actually scroll through it. And again, we can see kind of like what that particular shot looks like. Not that important for the moment, but if we go back to the project file, if we then highlight the clips that we're going to send to Premiere Pro and come up to the menu, you can see there's one here that says Send to Premiere Pro. We're now going to click that. Now what that's going to do, if you see at the bottom of the screen, there is now a Premiere Pro is now opening up. So we're actually, Prelude is creating a new Premiere Pro project for us. Now the other thing that Prelude has done is it's also verified that each of the files that has come in is a working video file, and all of the information is there, which means we've got no problems. It's also put all of the clips into our file, and now it's actually opening Premiere for us and creating our new project. Okay, which means basically the whole thing will work better. Okay, so the new project window comes up for Premiere. And of course we can change the name, but we'll come back to it. So this general panel here is, we don't really need to change anything, but you'll see it, you can change it from time code to different kind of things, audio samples or milliseconds. Again, leave that on audio samples, capture either in HTV or DV, leave that on HTV. And the final one is the destination that we're going to put our Premiere project. And again, we're going to put that in the data file. and we're going to put that in the same file as in our project folder, basically the same file as our footage and our prelude file. Choose that, give it a name, which is the name of the project, and hit OK. Now what's going to happen now is Prelude is going to automatically take the clips that we've selected and put them into Premiere Pro, and this will just take a couple of seconds. If you look at the pane on the bottom left hand corner, there you go. So these are the clips that we selected in Prelude, which have now been sent to our editing software ready for editing. Yeah. Now, but what you can see is, like, next to that there isn't a timeline. So those are the clips that we sent across, and this is where they've gone now. They're actually opened in Premiere, and actually if we wanted to send any other clips across, they'd automatically come across to this project. Yeah. Now what we can do now is take those clips, drag them over the new items icon at the bottom. Yeah, that's that one there. Let go of it, and you see it creates a sequence. That's the sequence symbol. And it's also dropped those clips onto the timeline. Yeah. Now what's happened here is actually quite interesting. It's actually created a sequence that matches the codec of the footage that you recorded in. So that means you're not going to have it do any rendering. Just basically all of those clips are going to match the footage that you shot in. Yeah. And it means that you're now ready to edit your video. Now the thing that's clever about this is that you've imported it, the Prelude has checked it, so there are no faults in your files, and on top of that it's now created an editing space that matches the codec of the footage that you were working in, and we are now in the best possible shape to edit our piece, and in the next tutorial we'll have a look at that. Okay.